Hello everyone, Skippy here, and welcome to One Piece episode 939. Directed by Yusuke Suzuki from Shigeyasu Yamauchi's board and supervised by Masahiro Shimanuki. For Yasui's big reveal and farewell that kicks off the main rising action in Act 2, it should be honed in on 110% and be the very best that it can be. And while Yusuke Suzuki has improved more recently, there's still a bit of worry as to if we'll be able to pull off an episode like this, especially with such a controversial supervisor like Shimanuki on the other side. However, with someone as prolific as Shigeyasu Yamauchi on board storyboard-wise, who is not only our series director Tatsuya Nagamine's mentor, but also the man behind some of the best episodes and movies of Dragon Ball Z and the strongest early One Piece episodes like episode 6, peppering them with impactful and colorful direction that always tried to look at things through as many different lenses as possible, there should at least be a fantastic foundation laid down that will help the main staff propel this all to the heights that it should most definitely reach. So will episode 939 be as massively impactful as it deserves to be? Well, let's rush on over to the Flower Capital to find out. This episode covers the remaining 4 pages of chapter 941 and the first 7.5 pages of chapter 942, and is probably the most restructured a Wano episode has been since this arc first began. From cutting panels that don't quite work in the context of the anime to threading filler in between canon events to make stuff seem more impactful, like the ninja shooting Yasui, the anime definitely takes its liberties with this large-scale reveal and gives it that time to brine that Oda didn't really allow, making it so later content doesn't feel as disjointed when certain people show up by giving us a good look at their danger-filled quest to save Yasui, and going as far as writing a completely different scene for Kinemon and Dogstorm finding out about the execution instead of adapting the manga's next episode. That helps sell the weight of it all so much more and gives Kinemon a lot more emotion towards it as a result. It's obvious that when bringing this all from page to screen, they really wanted to hone in on the impact that Yasui has on the general public of Wano and our allied forces, and I honestly think that this was all for the better. It may use a bit too many shots of Yasui being shown off in the sky, which is more of a facet of the storyboard which we'll get to later, but there's tons more breathing room for the event itself thanks to this quite massive overhaul that the staff at the helm gave it, which helps it feel more sentimental at its core, and is something that an event which people felt really mixed on due to the breakneck pace of the manga really needed to hit home, even if it means it doesn't cover the entirety of it. While I feel like it relies a bit too much on the same shots of the soon-to-be executed Yasui in the second half, I can't say I'm one bit disappointed by Shigeyasu Yamauchi's incredible board. Whether it be the luscious landscapes of the Flower Capital being covered in atmospheric pinks, or the seamless transitions that use objects in the sky like flower petals and leaves to geniusly flash back to over 20 years ago, there is no shortage of that premium creative 90s energy that Yamauchi bleeds from every piece of his work, fine-tuning every single aspect to make sure his vision is front and center despite his absence in the director's chair, backing his colorful backgrounds with gorgeous compositing and different colored line work, and allowing Yusuke Suzuki to bring it all in its atmospheric scale to life without a hitch, making for a board that I would definitely call one of Wano's absolute strongest so far, and one that definitely makes for a crazy, well-rounded, and ambitious episode. Sure, I feel like Masahiro Shimanuki's rugged and stiff art is still a bit ugly and can put a damper on things as far as the more action-oriented sections of the episode are concerned, but when the corrections from Ichikawa are needed, they're there, and it's not something that could 100% bring the ship down with it. It's an episode that I feel will be controversial in the long run for the manga purists due to how much it strays away from the source, but had it not done what it did, I don't think we would have gotten nearly as good of an end product. And my hopes wouldn't be pretty high for next week's episode 940 from Yutaka Nakashima and Hirotaka Ito and Eisaku Inoue, with a preview packed full of Nakashima's eye-catching direction that proudly displays all that visual flair, and what looks to be a good showing from two of the strongest supervisors characters on the show, it looks like the hero of the Alliance, Yasui, will definitely be getting one hell of a send-off. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. I'm Skippy, and you gotta love how weirdly on model Hawkins always is.